Welcome. I'm Robert Murphy, and this is the Roger Williams University WQRI 88.3 podcast. The COVID 19 pandemic brought online education mainstream. Yet, many traditional educators and students do not prefer this model of education due to its lack of physical connections and the belief that it is not a real education. While this may be a widespread belief, it does not hold true for students and educators in the Cybersecurity and Networking program at Roger Williams University, who believe that online classes make getting a degree more accessible and allows for students to learn at their own pace. Today, I had the chance to interview Dr. Douglas White, who has been a technology professor at many different institutions, including Intense School for IT, Western Michigan University, and Roger Williams University. In this interview, I asked Dr. White about his experiences educating both in-person classes and online classes, and how he believes online classes make education more accessible. Let's get into it. So can you tell me an instance where you saw your online classes really benefit one individual?
I don't know who the individual is, but I've had numerous times I've had students that were either studying abroad or had internships, or they had jobs. So I've had students, I do know this individual. I had a student who was a non-traditional student who had a full-time job, who worked 60 hours a week and was really adamant about getting an undergraduate degree, and who had chosen not to do that when he finished high school and had gone to work, raised a family, and he was really hung up on he wanted his bachelor's degree. And it would have been impossible for him to go to a traditional program because he couldn't guarantee he could be at class at 6 p.m. on Monday night. Mm-hmm. And the asynchronous classes meant the material was there for him, as well as I could use a different individual who was similar to that, who had a lot of knowledge but did not have a degree and didn't necessarily need to sit through 3 hours of lecture on a topic they already knew, and I think that's one of the big advantages of it. I have one other example who was a foreign student whose English skills were really poor and was taking my online class simply because they could not follow a seated lecture. Mm-hmm. And they couldn't play it back. So they were, and I saw students do that years ago where they record the lectures to try to figure out what was said because their English skills were not 100%. And it's tough, so being able to listen to that material at whatever speed works for you, because some students listen to it on high speed, some listen to it on slow speed. Online lectures have subtitles. Mm-hmm. And so for students that have hearing impairments and things like that, it's beneficial as well. So.
Yeah, it really makes getting an education more accessible to
I
a wide
think
variety
so.
of people.
I mean, the material persists, so you can go back through it. You can, instead of that lecture, I had lecture classes in my life that they wouldn't allow you to record them. Mm. They were like, no, you're not allowed to record any part of this. And you're like, okay, I really wanted to have this for later, but all right. So now I'm just stuck with whatever I can scribble down while they're blazing through it.
So, Dr. White brought up some great points that I related with. So from September 2021 to August 2022, I had a part-time internship at a commercial property insurance company. During these school semesters, I took 3 online classes, which were cybersecurity courses, and 2 in-person classes on Tuesday and Thursdays. Having the online classes allowed me to work 2 full days a week at my internship so I could get industry experience and then have the flexibility to come back and complete my online classwork when I had time after work. Now, here is an interview with Evan Isaac, a senior at Roger Williams University, who believes that online classes make getting his degree and industry experience more accessible to him and many others just like him. Evan, what year are you at Roger Williams University?
I'm a second semester senior.
Oh, so you're almost done then.
Correct.
So over your time at Roger Williams, how have online classes helped you learn your material and also gain industry experience at the same time?
So cybersecurity is all about external learning, which is why the remote option is the best, in my opinion. So I get all my homework done in a very timely manner, and then after that I can do external learning and do my internship basically. At my internship, I work 40 hours a week, so I need to make sure that I can do the 40-hour full-time experience plus do all my classwork. So if I had to go in person, that means that I would be spending a good amount of time in the classroom talking to my professors instead of me just doing my work at my own pace and then letting me go about my day.
In both interviews, we see how online classes benefit students and educators in making a college education more accessible. There is a wide range of difficulties that many students face in getting their online education, and other departments at Roger Williams University should take them into consideration when developing new curriculums. By providing online flexibility to students, educators can make it more likely for non-traditional students to succeed. Thank you for listening to the WQRI 88.3 podcast series.